I think our Commissioner of Agriculture is ready to cut the ribbon here at a little after 10 to get things started.
Well, that's right. We're going to get started here. This is a great event. So thank you so much, everybody, for being out here and supporting local agriculture. It's growing in West Virginia. It's good health for the community. It's good health for the citizens because the food's fresher, and it's good health for the environment. We don't have to use as many fossil fuels transporting all those vegetables from Mexico and California. So there's no other industry in West Virginia that's good health for the citizen, the economy, and the environment. That's West Virginia agriculture.
Absolutely.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, ready?
Yes.
So folks, I'd like to kind of make some introductions. So in this venture with the reorganization and getting things going, we're so gracious to work with the Nicholas County Commission to help us fund a position that's helped kick it off, and that's a farmer's market manager. And so Candy Hinkle is our farmers market manager for this year, and I think Candy wants to do a few introductions of what really makes this thing work.
Absolutely. So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Leonhardt for coming out today. And I wrote things down because this is my first opening. So I would first like to thank Summersville and Nicholas County for the opportunity to represent the Summersville Tailgate Farmers Market as the new advertising market manager, and to thank the farmers most of all for believing in me and my vision for the farmers market. I would like to also thank Brian Sparks, our agriculture commissioner, Kent Leonhardt, our agriculture commissioner, and Brian Sparks for having us out today and for the support to be here. I would also like to thank Gary Roberts for his help and guidance to make this event possible, and the county commission. I also want to thank the mayor and his representatives for coming out today, and the support from the county commission, and Elkview Conservation District for being here also.
So introduce a few of the vendors. Would you all come out?
Vendors, everybody, would you like to come out?
Because this is the heart of the farmers market,
our local
right?
farmers is the heart.
So you want to start right down there and work up? Do you know everybody?
Go ahead and introduce him. I'm going to get out of the way.
Hi.
No, I'm good.
This is John Pitzenberger.
Yeah. All right, start on the end. So Priscilla and Annette Jarvis with Six Season Farm, right? 6-day farmers market with baked goods and whatnot. So help me out here, Candy. A lot of these vendors are new with the baked goods.
Yes, we have a lot of new vendors. Right here we have Almost Heaven pepperoni rolls, and she has some delicious pepperoni rolls with ramps in them. If you haven't tried them, please try them. And right here we have Norval Clark and his representatives from his high tunnel in Richwood. This is Annette and Priscilla Jarvis. I would like to introduce these lovely ladies. They have some wonderful baked goods here today and produce. Yes.
Now wait, you got one right there.
This is Miss Beverly and Miss Teresa I. Y'all say hi. Hi. They have some delicious produce and some baked goods as well, and we have some jams and jellies, and there's some goat soap also, so please stop by their booths.
David McClung.
This is Mr. McClung, David McClung, and his lovely wife. They have some apple bread that's got black walnuts in it, and I'm telling you, it's to die for. You've got to try it. And this is Mr. Joe Prodowski. Joe Prodowski has the wonderful mixed greens and turnips that I've been telling all y'all about. But he has his turnips and his sugar peas here today, and they're so sweet you could eat them without anything.
And here, Williams River.
And this is Miss Kay from Williams River, Miss Smiley, with her strawberries, and they are delicious.
And last but not least, the president of our organization.
Absolutely, and this is Miss Rosalie Loving. She is the president of our organization.
I've been here 25 years.
She has been with us 25 years. Everybody give her a round of applause.
One more.
I'll give you a hug. It's nice to meet you, girl.
Jane.
And this is Miss Jane. Last but not least, we'll save the best for last.
Yeah. So did we get all our vendors? Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit of history about this farmers market. So this farmers market actually started in 1986 with the direction of Fred Williams and Norman Rexroad, familiar names in agriculture in Nicholas County, well-known individuals. And so they decided they needed a local place to sell produce. So George Gerald, another familiar name to the county, was with the Department of Highways, and there was a picnic pavilion that was down by the lake that people weren't using correctly. It was leaving a lot of trash, and it was kind of an eyesore for the lake and whatnot. So George, this is Department of Highways exemption right away right here. He said, well, why don't you all come get that pavilion? And I'm thinking it's that one right there. It's got to be that one. And so they moved it up here on Mac Rader's truck. You all remember Mac Rader, construction company here in the county. And so they moved it up here, got it off, and the local Rorton Club then set it and got it set up. And so at the time they were setting it up, they decided they needed more. So they looked for it, and so what I'm getting at is there was just so much community support behind this. So Bob Sawyer, another name of the county, had an engineering company. So he designed the rest of these pavilions for the Rortons to build.
Thank you.
So the Rortons, the local community group, built these, and then so they decided they needed tables. And so these tables that are under here, now mind you, we're back in 1986 still, and they're still standing, right? Don Case lived out Irish Corner. Don designed them, and they built them with the Rortons and some local farmers markets. And then Rex Haynes, he designed the sign, to hold the signs and whatnot, and so they put up some signs. And so, and then Extension, Ansel Smith was the agent prior to me here. Ansel set up the rules and regulations and guidelines for the farmers market. So folks, today we are 38 years in with this establishment being here that local farmers have used this. And so we have seen a decline in it in the last probably 2 or 3 years. And so I thought, boy, not on my reign. I don't want this thing to fall to pieces. And so we really needed to bring up some more vendors and add some flair and some life to it. And farmers markets are a great asset to the community, folks. And so this used to be designed just for Nicholas County people to sell here. This group has decided to open it up for Nicholas County and surrounding areas to get that local agriculture here in the community and serve our citizens of Nicholas County and whoever will stop, hopefully tourists and whatnot. So that's just a little bit of history about the pavilion, and thank goodness for good old Fred Williams to be able to remember all that. And so we're going to lay that document aside, so it'll be there for future generations to look at and know kind of what why we're here and what's going on. So some of the guests, we have 6 or 8 speakers with us today, and they're all going to say a few short things about it. And so our first is no stranger to agriculture, and he said a few words. And Kent Linhart, would you like to say a few words and maybe introduce a few of your staff that's here with you? It's done a wonderful job.
Well, I'll tell you what, I will introduce my staff. I said the bulk of it right there when we did the ribbon cutting, and agriculture is such an important part. We've always been an energy state. Nicholas County was an energy county, but people forget sometimes how important it is to eat healthy and how much we can actually even save on down the road in medical expenses if we get back on the right track. So this is all a part of the grand scheme of getting more local foods into the citizens of West Virginia. So, and I like to go to groups sometimes, and they'll say, well, sometimes farmers markets, they have a reputation of being too expensive. So I'll go to the group and I'll say, how many here have bought a head of lettuce from the grocery store that they didn't finish and had to throw away? Every hand goes up. And I said, well, maybe if you bought that lettuce from a local farmer and it wasn't 2 weeks old, you'd get to finish it and you didn't pay too much.
Absolutely.
Then when you think about the healthcare costs on down the line, you got to think about everything when you do these type of things. So with me here today is Amy Miner, still here. Oh, there she is.
Amy.
One of the assistant commissioners, works very closely with a lot of the folks here in the state of West Virginia, and she lives nearby with her family, her mom and dad on a local farm. They'll probably be bringing stuff here eventually too, right?
Yes.
And then Ashley Amos, a local resident. She's our planning coordinator for the region, covers a lot of different counties. And make sure you come down and see what she's doing at the state fair, which isn't all that far away, come August. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Brian.
Yeah. All right. So in order to make some things kind of run a little more smoothly, there's always great partners. And I'm going to start with one that has kind of stepped up here lately, and that's the city of Summersville. And so Mary Ann Taylor's here. I saw Stevie LaRose, Mr. Halstead. If you all would come on. Did I leave anybody else out? Any city council folks? That's it. And so if the board would come forward, Mary Ann has a special presentation. So Joe and Rosalie and you have a few remarks from the mayor. I got you.
Do your grant first.
You run it how you want, Mary Ann.
Brian, can you stand by her? Oh wait, never mind. She got the mic. So every year, the city of Summersville puts aside monies for special grants. So it is with my pleasure, and again, we have Councilman Stevie LaRose and Wayne Halstead with me also, but it's my pleasure to present to the Summersville Tailgate Farmers Market a grant in the amount of $2,500 for reorganization and marketing for the 2024 season. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
So, the mayor could not be with us today due to a family commitment. So, on behalf of the mayor, council, the city of Summersville, we congratulate the grand reopening of the farmers market. Many thanks to West Virginia Extension Agent Brian Sparks, the new director, Candy, County Commissioner Gary Roberts for all their work and efforts to reorganize and reopen this market. And I'd also like to say a special welcome to Commissioner Leonard. Welcome to Summersville. It's very good to have you here on this special occasion. For many years, the city has been a steadfast partner of the farmers market, and we recognize the valuable contribution to the community that the market makes. And the market today, we are here to celebrate all these farmers and all these artisans and their commitment to sustainable living. Today, you're going to find fresh, local sourced products and goods that is available for direct resale to the community. So I encourage the community to support the market, support these local farmers and artisans as they continue to work very hard to promote local agriculture and healthier lifestyles. But you know, today is also a time when neighbors come together and new friends are made. So I encourage all of the residents to engage with all of the farmers and artisans and learn about their practices. And I know you will develop a much better appreciation for the efforts and care that they put into producing their food and their products. So, on behalf of the City of Summersville, congratulations on this grand reopening, and we wish you all the best because we know that you're going to thrive, you're going to flourish, and you're going to continue to be a beacon in this community for generations to come. So congratulations.
Yeah, so thank you, Mary Ann. And Mary Ann did bring up a good point. Engage with some of these farmers. They all have a story to tell, and it's a good one. It's about producing food, which we all need. Another partner, and I hated to do him first because he's running a camera, but Gary Roberts, our commissioner in Nicholas County, also sits on our Extension Service Committee for the Extension Service here in Nicholas County. great partnership, great team. And Gary, you want to say a few words? You've helped us get this kicked off.
Yeah, so when Brian approached the commission, we saw this as an excellent opportunity to do a couple of things. One, like they said, network. Second was produce. Actually, I would say produce and farming is like cooking pasta. You end up cooking some pasta and you get to the end there, you've got a bunch of stuff left over, right? So it's an opportunity to bring that out, share, make a little money, turn some money on it, and help cover some of the costs. But the biggest thing we were looking at was, one, to showcase all the hard work that goes on in the Nicholas County area. And stimulate the economy in any aspect that we can. And if that's just selling a little bit of extra produce, actually making a living off of this, anything that we can do, we wanted to partner up. And I thought it was an excellent opportunity. Candy's a valuable asset as well as the rest of the board, and I think this is going to be a good thing for the area here. I really do, and definitely appreciate the partnership, the opportunity.
Always do. Thank you, sir.
Keep it short.
Yep. Yeah. So thank you, Gary. And so moving along those lines, all the partnerships. An organization that's near and dear to our heart with the conservation is the elk conservation. And so there's 2 representatives here today, well, really 3. So Larry Reynolds, John Pitzenbarger, and Miss Miller. Josie, do you all want to come up and say anything? John, you always like to talk.
Thank you, Brian. We appreciate it very much. On behalf of the Elk Conservation District, we look forward in being able to support this market and help with our part to bring vegetables and fruits and baked goods and farm-raised products here in the county. Elk Conservation District serves 4 counties in the region: Clay, Braxton, Nicholas, and Webster. And Larry and I are your representatives from Nicholas County, and we're honored to be here today. Of course, Josie's our outreach specialist, and if you need anything here in the county or the area, contact the district office and we'll send Josie. Thank you all very much. It's an honor to be part of agriculture here in West Virginia. My family's been here in Nicholas County and farming for over 170 years, and we look forward to the growth of this market. Thank you, Brian.
Yep, thank you, John. John wears many hats also the Farm Bureau representative for the county, president actually. And so we appreciate that, and is always standing strong behind agriculture here in the county. Angie Groves. Angie? Oh, you're videoing too.
It's all right. I can do multiple things at once.
So I'm not wanting to stand in the limelight, but they put a mic on me and they want me to stand near these folks for the city. But Angie's with us from West Virginia University Extension Service, our home ball game right here. And Angie is our health educator for the county, focusing a lot on youth. So I'd ask Angie to say a little bit about it, because agriculture, in my opinion, is all about food when you put the bottom line to it.
So we know that when youth are more involved in the decision-making process, they are more likely to eat fruits and vegetables. So what I wanted to do was to encourage you to bring your kids to the farmers market, let them make some choices and decisions on the produce that you're buying and the foods that you're buying. Maybe let them pick a new vegetable or a new fruit each week, something like that, so that they can try new things, and then maybe they'll find something that they like and become healthier eaters because of that. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Angie. All right, so while we're talking about the food system, and our last speaker that is here with us is from the health department, and that's Dr. Anita Stewart. And so Anita was incognito on me today, shopping and supporting the farmers market. And so Anita is a key component when we start talking about farmers markets and food delivery. And so Anita, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate coming and seeing all these beautiful fruits and vegetables that are available for our county and our citizens. And I appreciate Mr. Lionheart for coming down and all of his staff. This is just a really important piece for the health of our community. As a public health professional, we know that chronic disease, mental health, poor mental health, obesity, all of those things. In West Virginia, we rank the worst at almost all of those. And in Nicholas County, we are some of the worst in West Virginia. And just a quick statistic, I know statistics can sometimes be boring, but I think that they help tell our stories. WVU Medicine has been doing, it's called the Cardiac Project. Dr. Neal has been doing this project for a few decades in West Virginia, and Nicholas County is one of the counties that he gets excellent participation in. Over 80% of our kids participated in this. And last year, our obesity rates in our elementary schools, so kindergarten, second and fifth grades, were nearly 30%. 30%. That's much higher than the rest of the country. And so what I'm asking is that we use opportunities like this. We have decades and years and centuries really of experience with farming and agriculture and getting outside and being active and eating well to really get back to our roots. I always tell folks, like, food is medicine. Eat like your grandparents ate. Know where your food comes from. So when you look at the food that I got today, so strawberries, like, it's a single ingredient food. There's no other processes in that. I got this piece of bread, or this loaf of bread. It has 7 ingredients in it, okay? Well, I can pronounce every one of them. We have lettuce, onions, and all of my patients that are elderly eat onions. Anyone that's over 90 eats onions and garlic. So eat these.
That's maybe why they made it tonight.
That's why they made it. So I think thinking about how not only we can use an opportunity like the farmers market to model, how we take care of our bodies, how we take care of our communities, but also, like we touched on, how do we create a community of health and wellness? And that starts with all of us. So we all have a responsibility in that. And we can use this as a way to really braid together agriculture, health, wellness, economy, all of the things that you need for a thriving, healthy community. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. I've really enjoyed getting to meet some of the farmers today, and I encourage everyone to keep it up, and I can't wait to see what comes from this. So thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. So Dr. Stewart brings out a good point. Let's see where it goes. Today is the day. It's opening day, June 1st, Saturday. The farmers markets have decided this year to run a little bit differently. So main days are going to be Saturdays from 8 to noon and Wednesdays from 8 to noon. However, as we all know, produce has a shelf life and they have to pick it at certain times. So some of these folks may be swinging in and trying to sell some things in between. But our heavy use days are going to be Saturday and Wednesday from 8 to noon. As you can see, maybe you've picked up an idea. We're always open for vendors. So if you live in Nicholas County and surrounding areas and you have something that is going to work here at this farmers market, please come out. Come out. We need you.
Absolutely.
Come see Candy, support the community, and buy some of this local stuff. And so thank each and every one of you all for coming out today and showing your support in this reopening and adding energy to the area. Thanks again, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brian.